Good evening, everybody. I was forgetting the time there. We were just having a chat about various things. Right, I'll bring the crew in straight away. And we've got the safety police on tonight. We've got Captain Thunderpants, and we've got Take Cover. Hang on. Right, hang on. I'm just turning the muting me on YouTube. That's better. Right. The reason that they've got these names on tonight, I'll just put them back in the background, is that I'm going to do the challenge that Mark gave me on Monday night and do a thin walled bowl. I did have a practice today and got the wall thickness down to about, or just over 0.5 mil, 0.6 mil, I think it was. So we'll see how we get on tonight with that. Just change the camera onto the side one. In fact, I'll do the overhead first. Oh, that's not good.
While you move that, Wayne, I'll just say, anybody else in the community that wants to have a go at this, feel free. It's not just us four that are doing it. Anybody could have a go. If you can beat Wayne, good on you.
Oh, no. It's not that type of challenge.
Oh,
Right,
yes, it
so-
is.
I think this turning needs its own hashtag.
This is
Something about walls on. Let's make turning great again.
That means it has to be red.
well, it's orangey. It's cherry that I'm turning tonight. It's around about 7 inches diameter by about 3 inches thick at its thickest point. I'm going to use the minimum amount of tools tonight, so I'm starting off with my 3/8 bull gouge set at a 40/40 grind. I'm turning at around about, well, just short of 1,000. I'm just going to get this rounded off to start off with.
Hello, everybody out in the chat.
Shall I read out who's in?
You can do.
Would you like me to do that? Okay, doke.
No.
We've got Andy Linelli, we've got Barry Fisher, we have Barry Chitty, we have Brent Bullcroft, we have Christy Wood Creations, we have Circular Keith by Wood, Dory 60, Doug Miller, Gerard, Jennifer's Crafty Creations, the ever lovely Joe Senior, Joe Scarborough, Peter Corrigan, Robert Dolman, Terry Bartlett, Wayne the Wood Jedi, Wivey Woodshed, Wood Wizardry by Colin, and probably one or two other people sneaking in at the end. And if I've missed you, I apologise. I'm sure we'll pick you up as the chat goes on.
Adrian Cook just popped in. Oh,
Just my magic. And Adrian appeared.
James Crawford.
Just by magic, and James Crawford appeared.
Good evening, everybody.
Wayne, you have a thoroughly beautiful 52 people watching you.
Excellent.
And two rather disturbing earworms.
I'd like to claim one of them titles.
What, disturbing? Yeah, I'm one of them too.
I was going to say, I resemble that remark.
Yeah.
I'm totally expecting this to go wrong tonight.
You expect everything to go wrong and it never does.
Steve Ellis is in, by the way.
Oh, it does.
Vincent Charlton.
Schmidt's in. Hi, Katie.
Hello, Katie.
Katie.
Now, I took the bark off this before I started because it was about 1/2 inch thick. This wood has been down for probably about 6 weeks now. It's part of the cherry tree that I brought down in the garden. So it is still relatively wet.
Wendy's just come in.
Evening, Wendy.
Chisky's in. Hi, Chisky.
Mo Valamaker's in.
Hi, Wendy.
And two Wood Girls in.
Good evening. Just get a mortise on this.
Yes, Katie, it's me, Mark,
Sorry.
No,
Jamie,
don't tell
and
her.
Dale. Oh, too late. Oh, too late.
We're going to
I
have
think
some
she'd
fun
have
there.
figured it
Sorry,
out in
mate.
the first 3 or 4 syllables.
Yeah, it was all terrible. My fault. So I looked at it and I went, oh. And by the time I'd got my head around a bit of comedy, it was too late. And Brent Bowcroft said, his apologies if he's missed saying hello to anyone.
Now, I said I was marking up for a mortise there, and that's totally wrong. I marked up for a tenon.
Martin for tenner. There's a couple of fivers. Oh, sorry, I see what you said.
Now, is there a preferred shape for this challenge? Wait,
Sorry?
is there a preferred shape for this challenge?
A
Round.
nice plain. They're easier to do if the walls are straight, but I'm not doing the walls straight on this. But they are easier to do if the walls are straight.
Now, see, now David Nichol is asking, are there rules for this contest? Does taking off the last few mils with sandpaper count?
Yes,
Well,
it does.
Got to do it. Got to do it naked.
Does the wood have to be wet or dry?
Preferably wet. It's a hell of a lot easier to do if the wood is wet.
Okay. So I got mine down to just under 1 millimetre, and it was dry oak.
Preferably with no inclusions.
Oh, I can't say that about that.
Woodworm Paul's in. Hi, Paul.
Oh, Paul.
Gerard, the French turner's in.
Oh, he was on earlier. You weren't paying attention, were you?
Right, but he said, sorry, miss, because the boom of my mic camera's in the way, and all I said is, sorry, miss the start. So it says, sorry, miss the start due to the YouTube advert. What is the contest?
Turn a
The
ball
thin-
as thin as you can.
Yeah, turn a ball with the walls as thin as you can.
Pot as many balls as you can.
Does it have to be out of wood?
No, it can be out
Yeah.
of resin if you like.
Well, that'd be difficult to get hot and then it'll start flexing.
And speed would be your friend there, Jamie.
Metal?
Oh, yeah, right.
Metal?
Metal would be good.
Lewis is in. Hi, Klondike.
Lewis.
I'm getting a bit of vibration there. I'll just see if I can. I've got this on a worm screw tonight. It's not very often I use these. Let's get that
Was
tightened
you
up a
talking
bit.
about good vibrations?
Yes.
Okay.
Andy's in from Age Bespoke. Hi, Andy.
Good
Andy.
evening, Andy.
Chris from
You want to come and join me here, Worman? I'm in the study. Andy.
James Bryan Seller saying hello from wild, wonderful West Virginia.
How you doing?
Do you want to try the side camera there, Wayne?
Yeah.
I wonder where you were going with that. I thought it was going to be beside something else.
Hi, Jennifer.
Fred Gulliver's in. Good evening, Wayne, Earums, everyone else, and anything else.
Hi, Fred.
Evening, Fred.
Have we said Lewis is in?
Yes,
Are you sure Lewis is in?
pretty sure he's in.
Right, let's have a look at that. Oh, I've still got a load here that I need to get rid of.
Betty Woodwork says, everyone tuning in to see a disaster. Meanwhile, Wayne wins in one try, paper thin. Yeah, well,
That should do. Now, I'm not going to sand the outside of this yet. And the reason I'm not going to sand the outside of this is because it is very wet. It'll probably clog up the sandpaper. Plus, as it's spinning, seeing as how this is on side grain, so I've got the pith just about there. This is all end grain down here and all end grain down here. So as it spins with centrifugal force, that's just going to try and spin any moisture that's in the wood out. So you're better off waiting the sand until you start doing the inside. I've still got a few humps and bumps on here which I want to get rid of.
Before you do that, Wayne, before you finish taking the piss out of that particular thing, you might want to
Yeah.
put us back on camera. I think you need to see Jamie. He's having a medical emergency.
I haven't got it on anymore.
Oh,
all right, okay.
That's all right.
Andy says that I need more practice. Paper thin is achievable. Yeah, I achieved paper thin the other day, just before it blew up. I got it down to 0.8 before it went.
Beep, pop.
I think I will just give this a quick sand. I will be using, now I'm just going very rough on the sanding at the moment. I'm just going to use 80 grit. And it's a net sanding piece of abrasive that I'm using. So when it does get clogged up, it's very easy to clean out. And I'm not using drilly.
For shame.
Check you out, hand sanding.
If it wasn't for you, wait a minute, that's not relevant anymore.
Who are you, and what have you done with the real Wayne Clasper?
Hand sander, that's his rap name.
Hand sanding.
Let's get that cleaned off a bit.
He gets all the sawdust over the bed, which means he can use brushy.
So if Wayne's rap name is hand sander, would that make Glenn's Grit Daddy?
Yeah, that makes sense. Or we could call him 1000 Grit, because that's what Yorkshire Grit goes up to.
Oh, upside down.
What's that sticker, Wayne?
The sticker is for rectal use only.
Oh my.
It's number one use is for getting rid of winnets and hingers. Right, that'll do. Now comes the fun bit.
Winnets and hangers. Oh my.
Yeah, that's not looking too bad.
John Foster's just joined. By John.
Hello,
John.
John. So I'm going to start off using the 40-40 grind, and then I'm going to move on and swap about between the 40-40 and my half-inch gouge with a traditional grind on. Just going to get this cleaned off a bit. See how that's doing. No, still need a bit more. Okay, let's get some of this cleaned out now.
When you have 70 seconds watching. Folks, if you like the Wednesday, remember, hit that thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Remember that this weekend, on Saturday, May the 29th, we have the Virtual Craft Festival. This particular craft festival, we have, among other beautiful people, we have Jamie from JP Woodturning. We have Nick the Flaming Turner at 10 AM. We have Scott the Blue Light Tumbler at 12. We have some fat bloke from Scotland at Maple Tree Studios. We have the ever mad Al at Al's Hack Shack. We have the wonderful Heidi from Whitehall Pottery. We have Stuart Fellini. We have Sam from Highland Boxes. We have Kez from Spur and Bear. We have Cammy from Cammy's Garage. We have the Wood Jedi himself on at 8 PM, Wayne the Wood Turner. We have the Art of Fire guys. We have Franco Notti's Kitchen with Andy and Chris. We have Daryl from Dreadnought Wood Shop, Jake Thompson, and the man himself, Mr. Carl. Check us out on 29th. You can find everything you need to know, including the running order for the day, at virtuallycrafty.com.
And the description is, the link is in my description. I'll turn my light on. I'll find the on button. There it is. God, that's bright. Must have charged up. Brighter than it was this morning anyway.
I've spelled that wrong. Oh, no. Note to self, stop eating poppadoms.
Blue Light Turners Workshop then, right, Scott?
Hello, Mr. Tumbler.
There we go. That's a proper one. Jiggy Shed then?
Dixie?
Have you managed to pour the concrete yet, young Scott?
Now, what you can do, or what I sometimes do, the light's bloody annoying. It always shines right where I'm trying to cut. Right, you can actually use, so I'm still, in fact, I'll put this on Zoom, that's better. So I'm turning, usually when I'm turning the inside of bowls, I'll have the flute pointing towards the center. I'm going to turn this around, and I'm actually going to just use a scrape and cut just up at the top edge here. I'll just check the depth on that. Sorry, the depth, the thickness. No, it's way too thick.
Don't have to make a racket, doesn't it, when it gets really thin?
Yeah. It does. Now, what you
Gerard
do with this?
says, could you use a Simon Hope 8mm hollowing tool, hollower for this?
No. Well, have a go and let me know. But I would say no.
Bit aggressive, isn't it?
What you do with
If
these,
any-
you've got to do these in stages. So you go down about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch, maybe an inch, and get that bit finished. Then you start doing the next lot down and get that bit finished.
So I'm going to suggest if anyone tries doing this with any sort of carbides, that they get to a reasonably thin wall and then switch to the negative rate carbide if they're able to. It'll be a lot more forgiving.
Right, what are we on there? That's still very thick.
What? You're joking, man. I don't think you can cut it with a knife, couldn't you?
Nathan Woodburn is asking, how thin
it
can
just
you
blew.
go, Wayne?
It blew.
That sucks.
It happens.
Yep.
Right, I've got all the blown out bit gone, so I'll just start again.
So Nathan Woodburn is asking, how thin can you go, Wayne? We're going to find out.
Some people can actually go extremely thin doing these.
You should go ahead and have a sandwich then.
Ideal if you want to lose weight, getting very thin.
What they want to do is all the 10 poppadoms.
Poppadom preach.
Oh, Jamie.
Fucking light's annoying. Oh, sorry, I swore there.
Are you joking?
Wayne, when you moved to Scotland, did you have to get a phrase book when you first moved to Scotland?
Nah, I mean, I was in the army for 12 years, served with loads of Scot lads. Mind you, saying that, if I'd moved to Fife, I probably would have needed the phrase book.
Mark in Fife.
Yeah. Mark's in Fife. Shop dog.
Yes.
What was I? No, I'm not.
Send that picture to Mrs. Kirkwood, Jamie. Simply said,
Sorry, mate.
I sent a copy of the picture you sent me, Mrs. Kirkwood. He simply said,
That should protect me from the 5G towers.
Yes. Leaving all, sorry I'm late, it says Martin at Woody's Creations. Got locked in the loo for the last 35 minutes.
That's not helpful.
Depends.
what I'll do, I'll see if I can bring the light up so you can actually see. No, you can't. There you go. You should be able to see there.
John McDonald's in. Hi, John.
Evening, John.
Oh, John.
Now I think you can. If I stop that,
Alright,
I think you can see actually where it's quite bright just there, but then it darkens up going down towards the center. That's where it's a bit thicker than the top. I'll give that a quick, just give that a quick sand up at the top. So every time you move down a bit, get the bit that you've just done finished to where you want it finished. I'll just use a bit of 240 on this now.
Countrywood Girl says, I'm going to have to go think my Wi-Fi may be playing up, but it's too blurry to see what's going on. I'll catch up tomorrow. Good luck getting it thin, Wayne. Thumbs up.
Cheers.
Bye then.
Take it easy.
Yeah, Countrywood Girl is in a very rural part of Cumbria, so it wouldn't surprise me if her internet is worse than mine.
Doug Miller
In the
at Woodspud Round.
country.
Dalek.
Doug Miller at Woodspud Round says, I watched that German video, the one I linked on my live on Monday. What got me was the confidence he went into the wood with. He attacked it. Yeah, he did go at it, didn't he?
But that's his speciality though. That's
Yeah.
what he does.
You think how many thousands of those he's done?
I'm just going to put some oil on this.
Technique.
And that weird cut he did, where he reversed the flute. That was impressive.
I've got my own technique as well on Wayne's bowls.
Yeah,
Doesn't
it's
it
called a
involve
hammer.
It's called
Yeah.
a claw
Yeah.
hammer.
Yeah, that's how you get a funnel.
Certain funnel every time.
Steve Ellis says, yeah, it was a monster of a lathe as well. Yeah, it was a
Yeah, Titan 400.
wasn't it?
Magma
8.5
Titan 400.
€8,500.
Oh, is that it? I'll take two.
Yeah, I'm going to get one of the.
new house.
Yeah, I'm going to get a new one at the end of the month when I get paid by YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because everybody knows we get rich off of doing YouTube, don't we?
I'm going to change my tool rest.
Would
Hello.
that make it Gouge Creek? I've been sitting here for a long time trying to find something inoffensive to our friends over in Germany, but somehow capture the spirit of the attack.
Don't mention the war. David Vaughan's in. We're turning by Barry was joined.
You have 83 watching young Wayne. Folks, if you like what Wayne's doing, or you're having fun watching this, go on, hit that thumbs up. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and give that notification bell a bit of a ring. Wayne loves to hear from you, so if you want to give him some good comments, not only put them in the chat, but why not write them down in the underneath this video when it comes up at the end. Fantastic. Excuse me.
Woodworm Paul says that Ed Oliver is delivering his new lathe tomorrow.
Oh, personally? Or just like...
No, Ed usually, if they're close by, Ed usually delivers them and helps set them up.
Get Ed to sign it or turn on it. That way you can say you've had a lathe that Ed Oliver's turned on.
Dave's cabin's in, okay.
Me and Ed have got a couple of good things in common, you know. We're both Tottenham fans and we're both great turners.
Yeah, you're both Tottenham fans.
Yeah, don't put Ed turning down that bad. Yeah, he's all right. Steve Ellis says, has anyone spoken to Ed since the weekend? Wondering if he survived the second table leg.
Yeah, the table legs are actually both. The table's completed. He put a photograph up yesterday, I think.
He finished the second table leg and thinks, bugger that, I ain't doing another two, so he cut them two in half and made it a short one.
He probably struggled getting that spindle on the lathe. 47 minutes just to get the thing loaded.
How thin were you going thinking there, Wayne?
Well, there was a ridge there. That's why I went back to it, Jamie. I don't know if you can actually see. You can't see it on camera.
Nah, not
but
really.
There was a ridge there that I needed to get rid of.
Gerard says, question. I suppose that thin, you can only do it safely on green wood.
Yeah. I would say so.
You want it to be quite tight grained as well, don't you, Wayne?
Well, this is cherry. It's pretty open.
All right. Wicked.
Where's that? Again, around about there.
right about that point that mine blew up. Right near the bottom.
Right, I'll just get that bit sanded now.
Just showing off now, you are.
I think so too.
The dangerous part on this, okay, the bit I'm concerned about on this is when I come to reverse it to take the tenon off, because for number one, I forgot to mark it with the tailstock.
I reckon 3 minutes of sanding with drilly, you could have that hollowed out.
Now, being as this thin, Wayne, would you use a pressure plate or a jam chuck?
Jam chuck.
Jam sandwich. Jam sandwich.
Yeah, jam sandwich. Yeah, but definitely a jam chuck. That's what I am going to be using.
Strawberry or raspberry?
Raspberry, as long as it's seedless.
Good shout.
Right, that's that down to 120. I'll do the outside as well, down to 120, down to that area.
What about Yorkshire grit?
I'm thinking of, well, I've already put oil on this, but I may well grit it, to tell you the truth. That's 120, and I'll just do a little bit with the 240. How are we doing on time?
Yeah, 2037.
Okay.
Doesn't look like it's wobbling or anything. I don't know if it's a speed or like it's warped or anything.
No, it will. It will.
What kind of speed are you going at, by the way, Wayne?
Around about 1,000.
Taking notes.
I don't suppose me going 1800 with me doing mine helped.
Well, again, as long as you're steady with your tools. I just want to see if I can move this light a wee bit to get further down to the bottom of the piece. That's better. Again, you can't really see it that well, but the light is coming through there. Now, I did try that cut that the German guy did on the bull I did earlier on today, and it's something that, it's a great cut, but it's something you've got to practice with.
That's the cut where he reverses the flute back towards himself.
Yeah, he reverses the flute back towards himself.
Yeah, I saw him do that, and the first thing I thought was, what the
Could you not just use a normal scraper at the bottom?
I tend to find using the bull gouge as a script. I don't know if it's me, but I can get a more delicate cut using the bull gouge as a scraper rather than use an actual scraper.
Die Proud's in. Die.
Evening, Di.
Douglas Mungham says, "All hail the Wood Jedi. Would a smaller bowl gouge be better for thin walls, please?"
Yes, it probably would. I did think about reprofiling one of my 3/8 gouges, but on the other hand, on that, using the 1/2 inch gouge, after it's you can be more stable with the bigger gouge.
Di says he's watching whilst driving. I hope he's not driving any Vespers.
Right, Jimmy, this is not the time to make me laugh. I nearly swore then. I've seen that video of Di on the Vespa, and that was definitely not the time to start making me laugh. I'll move my tool rest out because I don't know if you can actually see this with the light. All there is showing the grain. Let's see what happens when I spin it. I don't think you can't see it really well on the camera, but it's got dark lines on, and the dark lines is where the wood is thicker than the rest of the wood around it. It may well just be the grain. I'm not too sure. But I'm trying to get the light coming through all the same shade. I'm going to check the wall thickness. I'm quite happy with that. One little thick bit around about there. See if I can get rid of that.
For anybody coming in late, I threw this challenge out on Monday on my live. And originally I threw it out to Terry from TJ Turning, Brian from Hardwood, and to Wayne. But let's open it up to everybody. Anybody that wants to have a go at this, do it on live, do it on the video, just do it and take pictures. Let's see who can get the thinnest. Safely.
Now, what I'll probably end up doing with this, if it stays complete, is I'll probably pierce it.
You'd be able to put stain on that as well, and it'd just go straight through, wouldn't it?
It would.
That might give an interesting effect as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it looked like bleed going through a bandage.
Yeah.
Dave the Wood Turner says, question, could you do this with sycamore?
Yes.
Yes, sycamore would be really good, wouldn't it?
It would.
Sycamore, beech, maple.
I guess the more tighter grain, the better, I suppose.
It would certainly make it easier. Right, I'm going to leave the bottom a wee bit on the thick side because obviously I don't want to turn this into a funnel.
So should we be referring to Di as Di two-stroke prout? Is that what we should be doing?
It's Italian stallion.
Ciao!
Me. The Italian stallion.
Right, let's stick some gloss lacquer on this. Evening, Stephen.
Stephen.
Evening, Steve.
How you doing? Wayne, here's a question for you. How many times have you ever gone to pick up a lacquer or a sanding sealer and accidentally picked up ebonising lacquer?
A couple of few times. A couple of few times.
I nearly done that once. I only just caught it when I realised I had a black lid in my hand.
John McDonald says, I already have the thinnest piece, or should I say, mini pieces, all over the workshop. Yeah, I've got one of those too.
I've got a few. I call them shavings.
Jamie, I think Wayne's bowl is probably thinner than some of your shavings.
So I'm
Probably.
sticking some Yorkshire grit on, both inside and outside.
This is going to have more warp in it than a dodgy episode of Star Trek.
Probably. Mind you, that thin walled piece of pine that I did the other week hasn't really warped that much.
Because it hasn't gone to light speed.
Exactly.
Like that
Should he-
tattoo of a cloaked
Oh, that was absolutely brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant. And I knew fine well before she typed it. I knew fine well Wendy was going to put that comment in. Sorry, Wendy. Oh, let's turn that speed down. Otherwise, it'll not be doing its job properly.
You're coming up to 12 minutes to 9, young Wayne.
Oh, grand. We're nearly done. We're nearly done.
Dave, I'll be doing mine on Monday, mate. 8 o'clock.
So I don't know on this one whether to leave the foot on it at the moment so I can keep it in the chuck, so I can put it into my carving jig to do some piercing on it or not. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I don't see no reason why not.
Yep.
And then eventually I will take the tenon off the bottom. Turn the speed up a bit more.
David
Don't press
Nichol wants
too
you to
hard.
texture it.
No, I'm going to pierce this one. I'll use either my Dremel or my Axminster Flexi Drive and do some piercing on this. It's nice and thin. A clean piece of paper.
All hail the wood Jedi, says Gerald. If I may, Wayne, leave it like that and also the tenon and make it a lampshade? Question mark, question mark, question mark?
Nah, it's a bit too small for a lampshade. Now the link that Mark put into the German guy, you think that's what he was doing. If you want to practice doing any sort of hats or anything like this, miniature size hats, this is brilliant practice for doing that type of thing, turning thin, because obviously a miniature hat has got to be thinner than an ordinary one.
Wayne, would you mind if I put that video link in your chat?
No, you carry on.
I'll try and find it now.
Now this video it's a German video, so obviously it's all in German. But that doesn't matter because all you're doing is watching the guy turn.
Gerard, the French tenor, says, question. Oh, how would Gerard, if I may, Wayne, leave it like that. Also, the tenor, make it look like a lampshade.
There must be
There's
an
an
echo
echo.
in this room.
There's an echo in this room.
There is. Sorry. There's a question from Gerard the French Turner. Question. Oh, how the Wood Jedi?
Right, there's the link for the German video. It's a two-part video. I think that's the link for the second part.
Right. Put the top back on that before I spill it.
Lionel's in. Natalia
Good
DeLeo.
evening, Lionel.
Lionel.
Right, we are just on around about 0.8 on that.
One final pass.
No, I'll give that a miss. So what I'll do, so that's 0.8 of a mil wall thickness, done with the vernier gauge. I'll leave it on here, and then at some point I'll stick it, probably tomorrow or Friday, I'll put it on onto my carving jig and get that carved. I'll take it off the...
Oh, hold on.
What?
You chicken. That's a smart way of getting out of taking the tenon off.
I'll take the tenon off after I've done the piercing.
Yeah. No, I mean doing it live. No,
Okay, so I'll do the piercing on Friday.
No, I'm joking with you, mate. I'm joking. That's payback for the other day.
The Wood Dude says, question, do you call Wayne a Wood Jedi because you think he looks like Yoda, or is it because he can wave his hand and say, these aren't the bows you are looking for?
I tell you what, if I was a Wood Jedi, I wouldn't be using bloody tools. I'd just turn it by pointing at it. Right, I can't get this off the bloody lathe now. Aye, I can. I'll just take it out of the chuck, bugger it. Where's my light? Bring my light across. Hang on a wee second. Till I undo this USB lead. Just so you can see.
Douglas Mungham's asking, all hail the Wood Jedi, have you seen the Japanese when they do the planing competitions? They get to microns thick.
Nice.
That's awesome, Wayne. Awesome, mate.
So there you go. It's the same thickness, around about the same thickness all the way out. I've just noticed I've got one area. I have to shine that light again. Where the hell is it? It's not bloody showing up now. Oh, there it is. I've got one area that I can see on the inside where I've gone back to it and it's starting to vibrate and there's a bit of texture coming there on the inside, but not to worry. Seeing as how it's going to get pierced, it's not going to make that much difference.
Right, so there you go, folks. 0.8. That's the target.
0.8 mil. The one I did this morning, which is that one, I did a practice piece this morning. That one turned out at, well, you can see how much that's warped already. That was done this morning. That turned out at 1.6. That one did.
0.6.
This one, yeah, see what, yeah, 0.6. See what that one's like with the light. That's what that one's like.
You can really see the difference even in 0.2 of a mil.
Yeah. So if you want to go with the practice piece, that one's 0.6. That's what that one got finished at. And the one I've done tonight on the live, that's finished at 0.8 mil. Piece of cherry, nice wee bowl. good practice, good tool practice. And on that, do my usual time. I'll bring the guys in. I've done my usual timing. I've getting it done in an hour. So I hope you all enjoyed that. It's
So,
granted, like I said, go on.
I've just asked the little circly computery talky thing over there. So 0.8
Wayne?
millimeters.
Point at Wayne, man.
0.8 millimeters in inches is 0.031 for the American folk.
Brilliant.
Let's see. 3 mil is an eighth of an inch. So 1 mil is a 24th?
24th, yeah.
Yeah, so this is 0.031
Okay.
of an inch.
Brilliant. Right. Challenge accepted. There you go, folks.
It's not okay. It's practice. That's all it is. It's practice.
Yeah, it's practice. Bit of fun.
Right. I'm going to shoot off because if you listen very closely, everybody listen. That's a bottle of wine shouting for me.
Yeah, shouting down you in French though.
It's not. It's not. It's going, Alan.
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 She'll not be able to hear us. She's in the house.
Cool.
Right, guys. I'm going to hit the button. Thanks very much for coming in. What's happening tomorrow? Is Brian on?
Brian from Outward Turning at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, Brian's on. I don't know who's on tomorrow night. It might be Andy.
It's not happening Sunday.
People are on tomorrow
Yeah,
night. Check out the people.
I know what's not happening Sunday.
Yeah, the pod. Oh, yeah. For those of you who haven't seen any of the posts on Facebook, Makers International podcast. Sorry, Dale.
I was simply going to say, not getting up for work on Monday. That's what's happening Sunday night. Not having to go bed early, have bath night, have a few cakes. You know, I mean, none of that's going to happen. It'll be just sailing through, getting nicely drunk.
Yeah. But apart from that, I'm afraid to say that Makers International podcast is no longer happening.
Yeah, we decided to end the show.
So you'll have to find something else to do on a Sunday evening.
Yeah.
Right, guys, I'm going to hit the button and I will see you all Friday lunchtime, where, if you like, I'll do some piercing on this ball, then take the tenon off it. Bye for now.